Hi everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at the Double Up RTA. This is from GoForVape, GFV. And this is a 2 mil capacity RTA, but it does have top and bottom airflow. It comes with a bubble glass. As you can see, the rainbow comes with this iridescent bubble glass, but it also gives you an extra spare glass that is a smoked out gray. So if you don't necessarily like the iridescent, you can actually change it out. Now this is a really nice RTA because it's a single coil, so it's really easy to build. It's kind of easy to wick, which I'm going to show you down below, but it's got some other features. So I'm going to show you all of that down below, and we're going to put a build on it. We're going to wick it. We're going to fill it. We're going to bring it back up, vape on it, pros and cons, and give you a little bit more information about it. So let's go ahead and go down with the Double Up RTA by GoForVape. Okay, so here we are with the Double Up RTA. This is from GoForVape or GFV, and this is the box that it comes in. It's got all your UPC right there, and then it's got some social media. You've got your scratch off authenticity. On the back, it's going to tell you what your kit contents are and a little bit of your specifications. And then inside the box, this user manual. It's really short and sweet and to the point. Basically, it's going to give you pictures on how to take the whole thing apart. It's going to give you pictures on how to fill it. And it just tells you to install your coils and your cotton. And that's pretty much it for that booklet. Then you're going to get your quality control pass sticker. So you have that. And then you're going to have your warranty card. And finally, you're going to get a thank you. Thank you for buying the products. For better service, go to GoForVape. Please join our communities and things like that. So thank you so much to you too. And then it's got their contact information on the other side. Also inside the package, you're going to get your RTA. It does come with already a bubble glass on it. Now I have the rainbow one, so it does have the rainbow bubble glass on it, but it also comes with this smoked out gray bubble glass. So if you don't like the rainbow or the iridescent of the rainbow, you can actually switch it out for the smoked out one, which I really like that they give you that option. But the way that this looks just like this, I'm perfectly happy with it. In addition to that, you're going to get a baggie of O-rings. You're going to get an Allen key. You're going to get some extra screws and then a vape band. And then in this package here, you're going to get a single coil and a shoelace string. So you'll have everything you need pretty much to get this wicked up and ready to go. So on the top, you do have a drip tip. This is a 510 size drip tip. It looks like it's bigger, which I do like the looks of it, that it does look like it's bigger than 510, but it is a 510 drip tip. It kind of narrows down to the hole in the bottom of it. You do have a top fill. The top fill is really easy to do. Just unscrew this top right here, and there is a bunch of knurlings, so you don't have to worry about that. 2 really nice size holes for filling, which I do appreciate because I hate when the holes are too small and you really can't get your bottle in there, the bottle tip in there. If you haven't noticed, it also has top and bottom airflow. Adjust your top airflow, and it is angled down, as you can see right there. So it does angle. You can go ahead and close that down. Whatever you do to this side does happen to that side. And then it also has a bottom airflow. So you can also adjust the bottom airflow. And this one actually has 3 slots. I don't know about you, but I love 3 slot airflow. So you've got one there, and one here. Whatever you do to one, of course, happens to the other. So you can close them down and open them up. The same threading is throughout it, which I really like because that way it's easy to grip and take apart. On the bottom, this is a 27 millimeter RTA. It does say GFV for GoForVape. It does have like their symbol right here, and then of course some warning symbols. Then to open it up, all you need to do is unscrew the base like this. And there you go. Now, this might stay inside or it might be on top of your deck. Either way, it's fine. It does have an O-ring that does keep it in there, but I was going to take it out anyway to show you this thing up a little bit closer. Now, if you notice right here, this is where your top airflow is coming down. It's literally coming down here, and it's going to be going right here. So you've got honeycomb airflow when it's on right. You've got honeycomb airflow on both sides. So it's actually going to be coming down and then coming in the sides with this top airflow. Now, with the bottom airflow, what that's going to do is, you see these 4 little holes right there? That's what the bottom airflow is doing. So the bottom airflow is going to come up through the center, but the top airflow is coming through the sides. So you're actually getting from the bottom of your coil as well as from the side of your coil. So you're going to get a lot more flavor because your airflow is directly hitting the coil in all aspects. Now this deck is very familiar to Recurve RTA. It's got some changes to it, the way that it works, but it does have that familiar look to it. So I did want to go ahead and point that out so that you know. It does take a single coil and it does have 4 slots. The reason for that is no matter which way your coil is actually wrapped, you can go ahead and lay it in here. You don't have a problem, so it's not keeping you from doing that. You've got your positive post here, your negative post here, and then you've got your wicking channels here. Now, one thing I want to show you is that it's actually got, you see how deep this is? This is going to be where your juice is coming in to wet your wicks. So this is going to be one of those RTAs that you're going to be generous with your wicking. Get what I'm saying? Generous with your wicking. You're going to have to be generous. The reason, if you thin it out too much, you're going to get a lot of flooding because there's so much juice that's going to be coming up right here and touching your cotton and getting into your coil. So you want to be careful with that. Now let me go ahead and show you the top little dome. Now this is domed out, as you can see in the inside, and when you put it into this part here, it's very, very domed. You can tell that it's going to dome out the bottom. Now with this, you're going to have wicking slots right there, and then you're going to have your airflow opening on the sides. Once this is all put together, this does not move. You can try to turn it. It's not going to turn at all. So that's great. It's going to capture, you know, hold down your wicking right there. So it's basically not going to move. You know, I mean, really big airflows on the sides. I really, really like that. You've got your peak insulation right there. It's really, really, really nicely made. I think they thought about just about everything about it. I do like how it's going to wick, that it doesn't have a juice flow control, but it's going to have a lot of juice in there. So you're not going to have a problem with dry hits, I promise you. Not unless you really stuff it. So what we're going to do is go ahead and put this on a mod. We're going to go ahead and build on it. And yeah, so let's go ahead and start building. So here's the deck and the coils that I'm actually going to be using. I appreciate that they sent a coil with it, but I'm a fan of my Coil Clout Fuse Clapton. So I'm definitely going to be using a Fuse Clapton out of here. And these you can actually get, these are any coils. You can actually go to coilclout.com. If you use the code Wendy, you get 15% off of anything on the website. And yeah, those are my Fuse Claptons, Nichrome 80. So these, I buy them in bulk, so sorry. So I've got my coil here. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and use my coily tool. If you don't know what this is actually a nice little tool that you can have. This will help you cut your leads in advance, so you don't have to worry about pre-cutting them on your own or trying to guess exactly how far you want them cut. Now I did do some measurements in here, and based off of the measurements that I did do, I'm going to be using the 5.5 millimeter. Now you do not want your coil going above this. This is going to be your max. So you can actually build up to here. As long as your coil does not go past here, you're going to be just fine. But I'm going to go ahead and take my coil and I'm going to go ahead and cut it. So I'm doing 5.5. And all you have to do once you put in your coil like this is go ahead and cut it. The coily tool you can find on coilclout.com. They've got all the tools and accessories that you need. So again, Wendy for 15% off. And then you've got your coil legs already cut. You don't have to worry about it. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up. My legs are going this way and that way. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this one here. Oh, by the way, those are where the Allen screws are. They're really, really deep in there. So you can kind of see it here, kind of opening up. There you go. And then we're going to open up the other side. It's kind of hard to see, really. Honestly, that's the only downfall about this, is it's kind of hard to see like the holes opening up. But you can kind of see it if you look really, really close. Are you looking? Are you looking? Okay. So we've got those open. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and drop my coil in. Use my screwdriver for some guidance, and then just go ahead and pop the coil in like there. And then the other leg right over here, and then it goes right in. There we go, right there. And then just hold it down. Make sure it's in right. And then we can tighten that up. There we go. All right, now it's in there. Go ahead and tighten up this leg. And then we'll go ahead and tighten up this leg. And I'm just gonna hold this down while I do that because it does move as you're tightening it. Really, really nice threading. You don't have to worry about it like being jagged or anything like that. Really, really nice threading. There you go, tighten down. And then we're gonna straighten up our coil. Just go right in the middle, straighten it up. And there you go. It's right in the middle for you. It's not any higher than this. That's the max you want it. The reason being is because your airflow is going to be coming in this way and it's going to be coming from the bottom. So you want it to hit all around your coil. So there we go with our coil. All I need to do now is just start pulsing the coil. There we go. What I like to do is I like to space my coil a little bit, like just pull it out just a little bit. Not too much. Pull it out just a little bit, and sometimes that gets it to heat up just a little bit faster too. And just pull it out a little bit more on this one. And these are made of nichrome 80. And then you can also pinch them if you like too. Either way, what we're trying to do is get those hot spots out. The things that look like lightning bolts, we don't want those to be in there. So there we go. Oh yeah, that's looking. And there we go. It's heating up nicely. So now let's go ahead and grab some cotton and we'll wick this baby up. Okay, and for the cotton, I'm actually going to be using my Kendo Vape Cotton Gold Edition. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a piece here. Grab a piece off of there. And you can also use shoestring type of cotton if you want. As a matter of fact, for those of you out there that have that kind, I'm actually going to go ahead and use my Firebolt cotton so that you can go ahead and see like how you can do it with the Firebolt cotton or a shoestring cotton rather than my cotton. So, okay, so I've got a piece of the Firebolt cotton from here and we'll go ahead and use this one. So I'm going to just go ahead and put that through. Now it does come also with a piece of cotton with the shoestring on it. So if you want to use that, you can. Then you're just going to pull it through. I'm going to pull it right to about right there. There you go. Let's pull it back a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to just cut it off. Now, this is the important part. Let me go ahead and zoom in. The important part is that you do not want to thin this out. You want it to be just as thick as it is if you're using the shoestring. If you're using the other one, just don't fluff it out too much. You just want to make it fluffy, but you don't want to cut too much off. This right here, this little ledge right there that I was showing you for where the juice comes in, that has to be covered. You definitely want to cover it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut it right here, right about where the base is. I'll cut that right there, and I'm going to cut it where the base is on this side. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my tweezers and I'm going to fluff it out. I want that to be nice and fluffy. And then once it's fluffy, now I'm not thinning it out, but once it's fluffy, then I'm going to lay it down. And there's a channel there as well. So remember, I'll show you on the other side, but I'll go ahead and show you this one. Put it in there, and you're going to put it in the channel, but you're going to fluff it around the edges. Because this is like a really, really open space. So there you go, right there. It's not too thick. Trust me. And with these shoestring type of cottons, they aren't really, really thick. So you don't have to worry about that. And we can always put some juice to hold it in. But as you can see here, it's got that little juice or that little wicking channel right there. You see that little U right there? That's where we want the cotton in, but we want it to fluff down to the bottom. So I'm going to put it in that channel, but we're going to fluff it out to the sides. See, I'm just going to fluff it out to the side. And sometimes putting the juice on it does make it a little bit easier. So let me go ahead and put some juice on that for you. And for the juice today, I'm going to be using my Pachamama Fuji apple. I got this in my vape box and oh my God, it is so good. So we're going to be using that. Yum, it smells so good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little, I'm always putting some over there, but I'm just right now while we're getting the wicking done, I'm just going to put a little bit here to show you that you can actually guide it with the e-liquid. See? Putting it in those grooves right there. Putting it in, but then I'm going to fan it out in the bottom. You see? That's it. That's basically the whole process with this wicking. It's really, really not that hard. I'm going to go ahead and start pulsing it with the juice on it because I do want to get that cotton saturated from within the coil as well. Because that cotton you don't want dry that's inside the coil. There we go. So we got that nice and saturated. And this is already saturating because the cotton inside the coil is already saturating. And I'm just going to put that right there. And I'm going to move it over here. Make sure it's in that channel. And just put it right there. That's it. That's all you're doing. Now I don't have a lot of cotton on either side. It's just the ends of the cotton. See? Really, really nice to do. And then we can go ahead and get our topper, which is here. The open spots are for your airflow. And put that there. And then push it down. And it's literally locked into place. You don't have to worry about it. Your wicking is just fine. So everything is just perfect right there. And then we're going to go ahead and put the top on. Now this glass does come off pretty easy. It's got a really nice O-ring, but it's not hard to take off. By the way, you do have the symbol right there as well. But I do like the fit. It's not too hard to take off, which a lot of times we break the glass trying to change it anyway. So I really like the tension on this. And then all you have to do is just put it on here like this. It'll drop down and screw it down. So you don't have to remove it from your device, which is always a plus. And there we go. Open up the top so we can fill it. Now this does hold 2 mils of e-liquid. Yes, 2 mils of e-liquid. That's all it holds. But you can clearly see it through the glass. It's got a really, really nice, I don't know, this rainbow. I love how they incorporated the rainbow all the way through, including the bubble glass. That to me, if you know me at all, you know that Wendy likes that. There we go. And then it's all done. And then open up your airflow and that's it. So let's go ahead and go on top. We're going to take a look at the Double Up RTA by GoForVape in rainbow. Okay, so here we are back on top. And before anything, I'm going to go ahead and have a vape and show you what this baby can do. Can you say clouds? What? Okay, so I'm going to go over my pros first and then I'll go over my cons. The first pro is going to be the fact that
it matches my box.
It matches it perfectly. I love the purple in it. It correlates to it and the drip tip matches it perfectly. Now this is not an Ultim drip tip. This is actually like, it's got like specks in it. Really, really nice gold specks, like goldish brown. So I really, really like how they incorporated that with the rainbow. Another thing is going to be the rainbow. The rainbow color goes through the whole RTA. I love that about this. I have some rainbow devices or addies that because it's got the clear glass on it, sometimes the dark liquid, it makes that purple look a little dingy. So I absolutely love that they chose to go with the iridescent with the rainbow. I think it makes it work perfectly. I really do. And I know I'm going through aesthetics first, but I have to go through it. I have to do it. Another pro is going to be top and bottom airflow, and it works exactly like that. You can feel the top and bottom airflow because it's giving tremendous flavor. It definitely has amazing flavor, amazing vapor production, amazing flavor. The flavor comes across so well. It really does. And you can feel the air working in there. So I love that. Now, again, the top airflow is actually the side airflow and the bottom airflow is for the 4 holes that are underneath the deck. What that means is that those of you that like a more restrictive vape, those of you that like a more mouth to lung type of RTA are gonna love that feature. This can do direct lung, as you've seen, or a semi mouth to lung. So it's like a little bit of a loose mouth to lung, but it is almost fully mouth to lung, which I think is amazing for an RTA this size. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off. So first off, I'm gonna shut off the bottom so that you can see just with the top airflow. Still flavorful. It's like working with a top airflow RTA. Absolutely amazing airflow. It's that side honeycomb airflow hitting your coil directly on. You're getting really, really good flavor. Really, really good. I do have this at 57.5 watts, and this is ohming out at a 0.36, just in case for those of you that are going to ask. I want to go ahead and put that in the video. And these are my fused Claptons by Coil Cloud. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up I'm going to close the top and open up the bottom, but just a tiny bit. And I'm going to turn down the wattage. Watch this. Are you watching? Watch this. Close down almost all the way. Top is closed down all the way. Is that not amazing? You can use this as mouth to lung. You can use this as direct lung. That to me is great in an RTA like this. Now, again, the flavor, no matter which way you're doing it, is great, but I do like mine all the way open. I like it I mean, the airiness, it's super, super airy. The flavor is amazing. Okay, so we've got the aesthetics, we've got the flavor, the build deck, very, very easy to build. Now the wicking, it's not hard. If you do it the way that I showed you down below, and I did do it with the shoestring method because a lot of you out there have that type of cotton. You can do it with regular cotton, like my Kendo Vape cotton. That's the way I've been doing it. But I did do it with that so that you know exactly how to do it with that. You fluff it up, don't thin it out. Fluff it up, put it in that channel, and just the very ends of it, you're going to just tuck underneath. If you do that, you're not going to get flooding. You're not going to get any leaking. You're not going to get anything. And again, it's just those little feathery ends that I tucked under in that channel, and it works amazingly. It wicks up very, very efficiently. No dry hits. Flavor banging every single time. Absolutely amazing airflow, absolutely amazing flavor. Now, on to the cons, which there's only one real con for me. The con that I have for this is the e-liquid capacity. 2 milliliters of e-liquid capacity is not enough for my vaping style. For those of you out there that are going to be using this more of a restricted vape, because you can cut down the top, you can open up the bottom. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and just do that. So I've got the bottom open only. It's a restrictive direct lung. Restrictive direct lung, still getting amazing flavor, and you can vape it either way. Now, if you vape it this way, you're gonna have the juice last a little bit more. If you vape it with it fully open like I do, the juice is gonna, of course, guzzle a little bit more because you're using a lot more air to go through it, and you're vaping a lot more juice because of that airflow. I personally like it all the way open, or I like it with just the top closed. I don't like it as mouth to lung, but I don't vape RTAs mouth to lung too often. The only ones I do are like, my main one is the Glass Mini RTA, mouth to lung RTA. That one is like my favorite one right now, but that's about the only one I do. That one, and then like the Slide sub-ohm tank, the one that comes with the Slide mod, that one I do like that. But for an RTA like this, I like a restrictive, but I don't like it mouth to lung. But you can do it, which I wanted to bring to you because I thought that that was a fabulous feature of this RTA. The great news about it is that it's only $23.99. If you go to GoForVapeStore.com, you can find it for $23.99. For something like this that has the dual capacity where you can have it fully direct lung or semi-direct lung or restrictive direct lung, and you've got so many airflow options on this, I think that's a humongous feature to it. I really, really do. And that's my honest opinion. The top fill, I don't mind not having a slide fill. On an RTA personally, I'd rather just be able to put my juice in. So I do like that. I also love the knurling on this. The knurling is all the way through it, and it seems perfect either way that you do it. You can see that I can grab it easy and turn it. It's not too restrictive or too hard to turn, which I really, really like that. The O-rings are just perfect on it. I like the fact that you can remove the glass without breaking the glass. That to me is definitely a pro also. But yeah, so that's it for GoForVape, for the Double Up RTA by GoForVape. I appreciate them sending this my way for review. I think that it's an amazing RTA. If you're looking for a starter RTA, other than the wicking, I think this would be perfect for you, especially if you want to tone it down to where it's more of a restrictive vape. I think this would do it for you. I'm very, very excited to bring this to you because it has such a variety of different options in the airflow. I really, really like that. 2 mil capacity is the only downfall I see for this. I really wish that it was like 4 or 5. I think that would be just a little bit better. But the way that it is, I think that it's still a banger. It really is. And not to mention the colors too. So I'm going to leave the colors right up here. They have the rainbow, they've got gunmetal, they've got black, stainless steel, and blue. So any color that you want, you can actually have it. And the drip tips are different depending on the color that you have. The stainless steel and the rainbow do come with this drip tip, and then the other ones are color coordinated compared to whichever one that you get. So yeah, so I really, really like that. So that's pretty much it for my review. If you like the review, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to fight for your rights to vape flavors. November 9th, we're having the rally in DC. Please, if you can get there, it's really, really imperative that you get there and help us fight for that. The more numbers that we have, the better we're going to look for fighting for flavors. I personally don't want just tobacco or menthol flavors. I don't know about you, but I don't want those two flavors. I want to be able to decide what flavors I vape as an adult. So if you're passionate about it too, please start fighting. Call the White House. I've got all the information down below. You can call the White House, call your legislators, go to CASA.org. You can go to UnitedVaporsAlliance.com. Everything is down below, so you can go ahead and reach them. United Vapors Alliance is the one that's actually doing the rally November 9th. And if you can make it, please, please, please make it. There are some do's and don'ts while you're at the rally. If you are one of those that are going, you can find that information on my Instagram, my Facebook group. I've also left it in a number of other groups as well, so you can find out that information. But it's really, really imperative that we come together as a group, but we don't want to be scared about it. Another thing I want to tell you, there are people in the background that are fighting for our rights for flavors, but we need your support as well. They're going to be doing it in the court systems. We're going to be doing it here. We need to change minds. And in order to do that, you want to share your story, share how you started to vape, share the reason why you like flavors, and just keep on fighting, because you know what? Vaping saved my life, and I'm sure it saved yours too. So let's go ahead and keep fighting for our rights, and I will see you in the next one.